Back to the peanut gallery over here. Welcome, Dan. So good to see Dan, multi-talented, back in studio. So now, big question. Can you say beyond the 5 o'clock shadow of a doubt that your shaving routine is correct? See what I did there? Over the next 3 months, we are going to be sharpening up our grooming routine with BIC, smashing myths and learning from the experts to master our grooming routines like never before. Let's be honest, this is something that most of us have to do almost every day, should we choose. And the BIC Flex's premium range of disposable razors, we're giving you up your best shave, really, and so many options as well to suit your shaving routine. So speaking of, we've got our resident fashion editor, Nick Strelitz, who also shaves, here to share some essential do's and don'ts, Boo. Very punny, very, very punny.
Absolutely.
Do you like it?
Should I be here? This is a very macho shaving. I'm normally in like
on your face? What is on your
gown.
What's on that manly
drawer
of yours, dude?
It's the one masculine part of myself I need to keep intact, because the rest I'm just flaming queen.
Dude.
So
Whatever, dude.
This keeps me more. What's up,
like
guy?
grounded,
Hey,
yeah, man.
Kat, how you doing, man?
What's up, dude?
You know,
Hey,
we
bro.
all got to keep the grooming sharp.
Right.
But you say that we actually don't, for the most part, we don't do the basics right. We're not getting it right.
I don't
Why
think
do you say
so.
that?
So we don't talk about it.
Can you let me answer, please?
Hey?
I was just going to say
Come on.
that. Kat, because we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Graham. But it is true. We talked about this the other day, where it's sort of seen as, not necessarily maybe taboo, but we certainly haven't had this sort of open dialogue that, say, our female counterparts have had.
Yeah.
And I believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you sort of agree with where I was going with as well. So we haven't really had the tools and the proper sort of A to Z guide on how to do this, because there hasn't been sort of this open dialogue or communication.
Yeah.
You think you're leaving the house looking good, but you might, but you might have a bit of that patchy, you know, the sort of patchiness on your skin as well, that you don't actually sort of realize or maintain or know how you can do that with a razor and execute sort of a fine line.
Yeah.
Things like that. Things like the wild beard, which is big in some cultures and some circles. But again, it's how do we refine these looks so that you're still maintaining the hair, but it's still very much on trend and looks clean.
Yeah.
Right?
It's almost like it's time to start singing that song. Let's talk about beards, baby.
Let's talk about big, baby. Yeah, absolutely. But it is, and I'm glad that we are having the time to actually go through this, because there's so much to learn. There really is.
Very much so. Okay. Let's kind of get into a little bit of facts. No, but it's difficult to know, because I never thought that I'd be a bearded guy.
Yeah.
But now for like the last 2.5 years, I've been rocking my beard.
You're a hot, beardy daddy.
I'm
you
a
are.
bearded
That is
dad,
your type.
man. I'm a bearded dad.
Kat, you are also a daddy.
Okay,
Not as
so
hairy.
Beardless.
Beardless, but that's great. We've got the spectrum representing.
Annual shave is coming up. It's almost there, man. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
So
Okay, so maybe you can take us through a couple of do's and don'ts,
Yes.
some facts, some fallacies that might set us on the right course.
Yeah, so it's time for a little game called Fact or Fiction, courtesy of
Right.
BIC. So I'm going to take you guys through some statements. I'll make the statement. You guys tell me whether you think it's a fact or a
Fiction.
So is this a game or is it a competition?
No,
Do we win something?
no one's
Do we
winning
win?
anything.
That's the thing.
Nothing.
We need to just kind of relax the beard talk a little bit. It doesn't have to
man.
be competitive.
What, like it isn't the World Cup
wanna
of
win,
beards
though.
or anything, and
You're winning pride.
no one really needs to win.
I'm ready to win.
we're just-
Okay,
everyone's
let's
a
go.
winner.
Let's go. First statement. It's
Yeah.
always better to shave after showering. Is that true or false? Fact or fiction?
I want to say
Fact.
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 Oh yeah, I'm not
Fact,
an
it
idiot.
absolutely is. So it might be tempting to shave before showering, but that hot water, that steam that you get opens the pores.
Softens the skin.
Softens the skin, absolutely. So it actually allows for a smoother shave. You can actually get into the actual nitty-gritty of the hair root after shaving. So don't do it before.
That's why I only shave once a year, because I do it so effectively in the shower.
It's fake 'cause you shower once a year.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right? But you smell great. I don't know what's happening, but you do. Okay, statement 2. Short shaving strokes are the most effective. Short shaving strokes.
I'm going to say fact because I do small bursts.
No, you've got to go a long ways. Man. You've got to go a long way, because otherwise you're going to end up cutting yourself if you just
like a little chipmunk. No, look, I'm a short.
So you said
I say fiction.
fiction. You said fact.
I said fact.
It is fact.
Oh man! Blame that on my lack of shaving experience.
The most effective way to get a clean shave is with short, regular strokes. So Again, that's something I thought, Kat, that I thought it would actually be much longer.
It's also
sort of
getting to
straight
know the
through.
grain of your hair as well. Does
Oh,
play
I
a bit
like
of a
that.
part,
How do you
yeah?
get to know the grain? Do you guys go out for drinks?
Try
Do
and
you...
error.
No? But it's natural. But yeah, see, it is the short, and then you can actually get much more sort of concise and really under the hair if you're actually doing short as opposed to long swoops.
Concentrate more.
Okay, statement 3. Regular soap can act as a substitute for shaving cream.
I think I've tried it, and I'm going to say
Fiction.
fiction because it dries you out a little bit. That would be my...
And plus, it can clog like your pores if you use it in that
Don't
context.
use like regular soap on your
That's
face.
it.
normally.
Get the right stuff.
It's fiction.
Yes.
You got it. So never shave dry, and obviously never use regular soap. Soap doesn't have the properties to actually soothe, rehydrate, re-moisture the skin,
Moisturize.
much like shaving cream does as well. So regular soap really does the opposite, and you're actually going to cut yourself. It's not going to be a smooth shave. It's going to be messy, messy, messy.
Don't do it.
Statement 4.
Yeah.
Always shave with the grain. With the grain.
Yes, that is
I would
fact.
say yes. I would say
Undoubtedly.
fact. Yeah.
That is fiction.
No!
Yes!
When you say with the grain, like
With the hair, where the hair grows, so the normal direction that the hair grows.
So you shave in the direction that the
Yes.
hair is growing.
Yes.
Wow.
So this one blew my mind.
Really?
I didn't know
Wait.
this. So shaving with the grain means shaving in the same direction as your hair grows, which we know. A common misconception is that you're never supposed to shave in the other direction against the grain, but there are exceptions to the rule.
Okay, so that's an exception, but
Leading
it's not
shaving
the rule.
experts say if your beard is particularly thick, you should start by shaving with the grain, then apply an extra layer of shaving cream and shave lightly against the grain for super smooth results. So it's sort of a hybrid.
Well, okay.
It is sort of a hybrid, but we have the common conception that it was actually the one way, and you can actually make it sort of a little hybrid and combination.
Again, it plays into that knowing the grain and what works for you. And if you do get a shaving rash, I mean, if you get a shaving rash once, don't repeat that exercise.
Exactly.
Know your skin, know the grain. Okay,
But that's a good point. Shaving is subjective, so you actually do it.
man.
Okay,
I like this
I'm
game.
so excited. Statement 5. You need to rinse your razor as regularly as possible. If you guys get this wrong, I'm leaving.
Fact.
It's
Come on.
fiction. Fact.
Wow, come on.
Never clean your razor.
You just sidestep,
Never
you just
clean your razor.
sidestep
No, but
that.
that one's pretty kind of obvious.
Hygienic.
You have to keep this. I mean, it's a hygienic.
It's a tool, man.
It's a hygienic issue as well, and it's going into the actual crevices of the face. Okay, do we have time for one more?
Quickly, very quickly. very quickly.
Wash your face with warm water when you're done shaving.
I would say yes.
Fiction.
Fact. I would say fact.
Fiction.
It is fiction.
Really?
That
Inside
is
my
it.
beard.
Rinse your face with cold water once you're done shaving
make
to
to
close your
restrict the
pores.
pores.
We're doing the opposite of what
Because
we were doing
remember,
by
you
opening.
shower and then they go, and then you shave and afterwards you...
Exactly. And if you have sensitive skin, use a post-shaving balm to really lock in all the
Yeah,
moisture, make
man.
sure you're getting that beautiful finish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Here we go.
Enlightening?
Yeah, very
Enlightening.
If it was a competition, it would be a draw.
Dare I say
I think it was a draw, actually.
Dare I say I won?
Okay.
But anyway, that's a story
It's
for
not a
another day.
competition.
Anyway, so those are the simple do's and don'ts to keep in mind next time you shave. And these tips will have a profound effect on the quality of your shave and your skin's reaction to it, making it easier than ever to master your look. So you can purchase your BIC razors, shaving cream, and get and gel at leading local retailers, and learn more about the product range at za.bicworld.com. Nick, thank you very much.
man.
Thank you.
What an education.
Yeah, man.
Master your look with BIC Flex.